And then I realised I forgot to press record, so I had to redo it, which ended up with a reroll. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and it's time for my February TBR game, which is always a fun video to make. We're going to be continuing on with doing 5 rolls. As always, if we end up with the same colour coming up twice, then we'll do a re-roll because I do use a 6-coloured sided dice. Now last month we had some thick chunky books because I was not smart, and then we ended on a couple of re-rolls, which is just not fun. So let's hope February is a bit nicer to me, so we'll see. But with all the rambling out the way, let's choose the 6th prompt for this month. Let's go with a green, this one. If you can hear lots of moving around and banging, it's the next door neighbours. I never know what they're doing, but they do this every so often. So we're just going to hope that you guys can't hear that. Okay, but the prompt is manga or graphic novel, which we always like that. So now that's done, let's get to roll number 1. Roll number 1. Blue. New to me author. Okay, so the first prompt for February, we have new to me author. And you know what? I'm doing something a little bit different. We are going for some poetry, which I have never really read before. And we are going with Dante's Inferno. So this is a book that I picked up ages ago. Actually, absolutely ages ago. And I've not read because I am terrified of poetry. But this is something that there's been so much influence and stuff, and I do want to read this. There has just been so much where so many people have taken inspiration from this book that reference this poem. So yeah, I am very interested in this. Slightly scared because it is poetry and that's not something I'm a massive fan of. But I think that this is going to be interesting, and I'm hoping because it is obviously his Inferno. It's all about the landscape of hell, the different circles of hell. So yeah, this is definitely one that I do want to read, have been meaning to read for a while. So yeah, let's get this done. Okay, so now we need to choose another prompt, and you know what? Let's go with, ooh, blue or yellow? Let's go blue. Animal on the cover. So yeah, okay, roll number 2. Roll number 2. Yellow. Lowest rated on my TBR. Okay, lowest rated on my TBR. That was not the prompt I was hoping to get, but it's fine. So we have, like last month where we had highest rated on my TBR, I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to be going into Goodreads, and I have actually created a physical TBR shelf, so that I have all the books that I actually own that are on my to be read pile. That makes life a little bit easier. So let's just go into that and change it to rating. Average rating. We are going by the lowest, and okay, we're doing another classic. Oh my gosh. We have Fanny Hill, or A Memoirs of a Woman of Pleasure. So let me get that. Okay, so we do have John Cleland's Memoirs of a Woman of Pleasure, and this is also known as Fanny Hill. This is the lowest rating with 3.3, which, you know what, 2 classics. You know, I'm not choosing any more classics this month. That's more than enough. 1 poetry and 1 classics. And this one is all about Fanny Hill. And Fanny was kind of, I believe, tricked into prostitution, and we are following her and her journey there. This has been known as one of the most famous erotic novels, but also denounced by the author as well as others who found it infamous and poisonous. So I've said it before, I'm always intrigued in books that have that sort of thing because I want to see whether it actually upholds to today's standards. So yeah, I am intrigued. I didn't want this many classics on my TBR, I have to admit, but it is the lowest rated on my Goodreads TBR shelf, so that's what we're going with. Alright, we're picking prompt number 3, which, you know what, let's go with yellow, because I toyed about it, wasn't sure, but let's stick with yellow. Ooh, okay. Treat your shelf. We do like that prompt. Any excuse to buy books, honestly. Okay, roll number 3. Orange. Thrifted. Okay, so prompt number 3 is Thrifted. And for this one, I've decided to go with a book that I did pick up a little while ago, and it's a series that I've been meaning to reread the first one and then continue on with, and that is Damn Fair by Barb and JC Hendy. This is something I picked up on eBay secondhand actually. It is a little bit battered, but I really don't mind that. And this is all about a half vampire, half human, so a Damn Fair and her elf best friend, and they go around tricking villagers into believing that they are vanquishing vampires so that they can get paid. And then a real vampire comes along, and I did read this, I've mentioned this before, but I did read this years and years ago, but I think I was too young then to actually appreciate it, but I have constantly thought about it ever since then. And I've read a lot of books, like I've always read. The fact that this one that I originally read probably about 15 years ago and it's still played in my mind to this day, it just proves to me that I do need to read the rest of these books. They are a bit harder to come by because they're not in print anymore, so you do always have to just kind of pick them up secondhand whenever you can. My dad originally gave me this first one, and yeah, I really want to get back into this world, really want to revisit these characters. I remember vaguely what happens, but as I said, it was like 15 years ago that I picked these up. Could even be possibly longer. I honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that I have been wanting to get back into this world for a little while, so I'm excited too. This is going to be great, and this is exactly what I've been feeling like reading lately, just that fantasy historical setting, vampires, which are the original thing that I was so interested in, especially because my dad got me into all of that. So yeah, I am really excited to actually read this one. I'm really pleased that prompt came up. Okay, now we're getting on to the fourth roll, and this is where it starts getting dicey, so let's choose a prompt. Okay, we haven't had pink yet, so let's go for a pink. All right, this one. This one's calling to me. Be nice. Oh, recent purchase. Again, that's always a good one. Fingers crossed. Roll number 4. Roll number 4. Pink. Manga or graphic novel. Okay, this is scarily going similar to how it went in January, where we got to roll number 4 with no rerolls, and then roll number 5 was just reroll heaven. So scary times, people, scary times. But the prompt that came up is a nice one, which is manga or graphic novel, and we are going with a manga, and that is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 3. This works out perfectly because again, this is on my 22 books to finish in 2022, but as much as I put just the one book, it is more just I want to complete the series this year. That would be amazing. So yeah, okay, third book. We are in a world where there are ghouls, which are pretty much like zombies. They look like us though. They feed on humans, so the only difference is that they don't have that undead zombie look. And our main character gets tangled up in the world of the ghouls, and I'm excited to read more. The first book was more about just obviously setting up the world, setting up the ghouls, how they live in society and stuff. And then the second book you see more of the ghouls' perspective and how they actually quite hunted, and you feel kind of bad for them. So I'm interested in how this third book's going to go. I do want to actually finish out this series. I've had this manga series for a little while now, and I literally only read the first 2, so I really do want to finish this out this year. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get this one read, and if I'm feeling up to it, because honestly so far it's looking really easy, maybe even finish 3 and 4. That would be really good this month. I really like the art style in Tokyo Ghoul. It's really nice. Well, I say nice, it's a bit more like grim, but it works really well with the storyline. So yeah, intrigued to see where this one's gonna go. Now, will this actually be the final prompt? No. probably not at all. But let's go with a green, because that's where we started off, I think. So let's go with a green. There we go. We have a reread, which, you know what? I do enjoy a good reread. Okay, I need to stop stalling. Let's get to roll number 5. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Roll number 5. We need a green or a purple. We got this. We don't got this. Animal on the cover. Okay, new prompt. Let's go yellow. Foil on the cover. Nice. Okay. So reroll, which is fine, we can deal with that. Purple. Continue a series. You know what's funny? I forgot to press record the first time I did that 5th roll, and it came up as purple the first time, and I was so excited. And then I realised I forgot to press record, so I had to redo it, which ended up with a reroll. That is just my luck, but thankfully at least it was only one reroll, so that's fine. But the prompt that came up first was animal on the cover, and for this one I'm actually going to let you guys choose because I don't know between these two books. We have Small Favours by Erin A. Craig, and this has little bees on the cover, which, can you see it? Yeah, sort of. So yeah, and this one is a more of a horror-esque book, I want to say. I read her book House of Salt and Sorrows, which I really enjoyed, and that was a 12 dancing princesses retelling. Thought it was absolutely lovely, really enjoyed the atmosphere to that, the slightly unusual paranormal-ish events and twists at the end, which I really enjoyed. And then this. So I don't really know too much about it. What I do know is that it is Ellery, our main character, finds herself in a race against time to stop Amity Falls, her family and the boy she loves from going up in flames, because it's all about dark wishes and dark dreams, and I really don't want to know too much about it. I'm just expecting something really eerie and slightly gothic, which is hilarious because the cover is so beautiful and like spring vibes. So yeah, that's one of the books for you guys to choose from. And then the other one is Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club, and this one has a dog on the cover. So this one is all about this group of people that are in a residential home, and they love nothing more than going over past criminal cases and seeing if they could like work them out until an actual murder happens. And so these people in their retirement home set about finding out who the murderer is. And I have to admit, it is Christina over at Christina Campbell Reads who has put this higher up on my TBR because she absolutely loved this, and I do trust her for recommendations generally for like thrillers and murders. Thrillers and murders? Thrillers and murder mysteries. We tend to have very similar tastes. My mum did read this a little while ago actually, a while ago, and she really liked it, but she wasn't as keen on the ending, she said. So I'm intrigued to see where I fall on that category. So we have a murder mystery and we have a slightly more gothic-y atmosphere book is the vibes that I'm getting. So yeah, please do let me know in the comments below which ones you think. Christina, I know you want me to read this one, which let's see if it gets picked because I am intrigued now. I am very intrigued. So yeah, if you guys can let me know which one you would like, I will tally up the votes probably about halfway through the month and just see which one got the most and go for that. And then we have the final prompt that came up, which originally came up first that I forgot to record, but it's fine, I'm not bitter. And we have continuing a series. I'm so excited for this one. Like, yes, it's going to be amazing because I am going with House of Sky and Breath, or is it Breath and Sky? Don't know which way around it goes, but it's the second Crescent City book by Sarah J Maas, and I am so excited. It comes out in February. I have it on pre-order. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. That book was fitting on this TBR somehow, and if it wasn't, it was going to be an extra read for the month because there is no way I am not picking it up. I am so excited for it. So we're in this world where it's a bit more of an urban fantasy, and there are lots and lots of different magical creatures. You do have elves in this, but you also have vampires and witches and angels and demons, and there's so much going on. And in the first book, I absolutely adored it because we're following Bryce and something tragic happens at the start of the story, which do not read the synopsis because it just gives it away and ruins it for you. But something tragic happens, and then I can't remember if it's a year or how many years later, she is then asked to come and help with a murder investigation because she has ties to it originally. And she ends up with the help of Fallen Angel Hunt, and you're following their story, and I'm so excited. I really am so excited. I want that romance between Bryce and Hunt. I need this book. As soon as it comes out, as soon as I get it in my hands, I'm reading it. I don't care what I'm reading at the time. That is the book. That is top priority. So yeah, excited for that one. So there we have it. This looks so simple. I'm not gonna lie. This looks so easy, but we have to include House of Sky and Breath on this, which is gonna be a chunky book based off the first one, considering that first Crescent City book was 800 pages. I'm guessing it's gonna be about another 800 pages, so let's just put an imaginary one here. And then of course, we have whatever one of these two that you guys choose for me. So it started off really respectable, and then we have this edition, but honestly I think even with all of these, it's an easy TBR pile this month. I'm really pleased with it. Only 6 books, and that's exactly what I want. I want things that are stress-free, and then, you know, if I finish the TBR, great, I can pick up some extra reads, or I can just like continue on with Tokyo Ghoul. As I said, I do want to get this series finished, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm very happy with this, actually. Surprisingly, we've got 2 classics, 2 fantasies, a manga, and then potentially a murder mystery or a gothic atmospheric book. I feel like that's quite a nice well-rounded TBR actually. I think we did pretty well on that one. So I think this time let's put a lollipop emoji because I feel like having a sweet right now. I feel like I've been talking for ages. I filmed a video before this one as well, so I need a drink and I want a sweet. So let's put a lollipop if you've made it that far. And yeah, let me know what you guys are reading. Please don't forget to vote on which 2 books you would like me to read out of. I think we're at the end. We're going to stop rambling. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it that thumbs up, subscribe, comment to let me know that you're here. Social media links will be linked below. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.